In the workplace, the offer-counter-offer method can be an effective strategy for negotiating various agreements such as salary, contracts, or business deals. This systematic approach can help individuals navigate the often challenging process of reaching a mutually beneficial outcome. The systematized and easy-to-remember process has only 4 steps. 1. Set your target price, your goal. 2. Set your first offer at 65% of your target price in either direction. So if you are bargaining down, use 65%. But if you are bargaining up, add 135% of your target amount. This amount should be known before the game begins. 3. Calculate 3 offers of decreasing increments to 85, 95, and 100%. For bargaining up, it's 115, 105, and 100%. Use lots of empathy and different ways of saying no to get the other side to counter before you increase your offer. When calculating the final amount, use precise, non-round numbers like, say, $37,893 rather than $38,000. It gives the number credibility and weight. The numbers 3, 7, and 8 are numbers that give the impression that you had to do calculations or refer to a bank balance before stating it. How does $1 make a difference? That $1 is ridiculous, but it works on our human nature. Notice that you can't buy anything for $2, but you can buy a million things for $1.99. How does a cent change anything? It changes the perceived value. It makes a difference every time. We just like $1.99 more than $2, even if we know it's a trick. On your final number, throw in a non-monetary item to show you're at your limit. Let's see how Anthony used the 6 steps to get a salary increase. Anthony is a marketing manager negotiating his annual salary with his employer. Based on his research of industry standards, he determined that a target salary should be $50,000 per year. For Anthony, he is negotiating a higher price, so he will set his offer at 135% of the target price. His first offer was 135% of $50,000, which is $67,500. This is a strategic move to set an extreme anchor that is higher than his target, creating room for negotiation. Now let's calculate 3 raises of decreasing increments. Fall 1, 115% of $50,000 equals $57,500. Fall 2, 105% of $50,000 equals $52,500. Fall 3, 100% of $50,000 equals $50,000. James, his employer, offered $35,000. Anthony responded with empathy, "I understand your position, but how am I supposed to survive on $35,000? Could we explore a higher number?" After a few more back and forth, the employer offered $40,000. Anthony responded, "While I appreciate the offer, I was really hoping we could come to an agreement closer to my target salary of $67,000. This will cause a lot of cuts to my personal life, but I think I can meet you at $57,500. Anthony then starts to explain training and other self-improvement items. He will pause because of the price cut. Also, tie those skills to benefits at the job like a customer service class, making calculations on his device. The employer then goes up to $45,000. And Anthony responds, "I was hoping we could do $51,387, and I would be willing to participate in the next product testing." The beauty of this offer-counter-offer method is that it incorporates various psychological tactics without the need for the negotiator to explicitly understand them. By following this systematic approach, you can leverage principles like reciprocity, extreme anchors, and loss aversion to increase the likelihood of reaching a favorable outcome. Here is another example with Maxine, a small business owner negotiating an industrial printer with a manufacturer. The manufacturer has an initial budget of $18,000 for the printer, but she believes that it is worth $15,000. Maxine's target price for the printer is $15,000. So her first offer would be 65% of $15,000, which is $9,750. This is a strategic anchor that is lower than her target price. Now, let's calculate 3 raises of decreasing increments. Raise 1, 85% of $15,000 equals $12,750. Raise 2, 95% of $15,000 equals $14,250. Raise 3, 100% of $15,000 equals $15,000. When the manufacturer stated that the printer was $18,000, she responded with empathy. I know that this printer is top of the line. That's the reason for the $18,000 price tag. I just don't know. How am I supposed to get $18,000? The manufacturer then proceeded to explore financing options which were not open to a new business. Maxine then made her second offer of $12,750. The manager placed her on hold and after 5 minutes came back with an offer of $14,799, and Maxine would be responsible for installation and setup with virtual assistants. It's important to note that while this method can be highly effective, it should be used with consideration for the specific context and relationship with the other party. Maintaining professionalism, empathy, and a collaborative mindset throughout the process is needed to help build trust and foster positive working relationships. When you're trying to make a deal with someone, there are a few different things you can do to help your chances. First, you can make a concession quickly. This is called the norm of reciprocity. If you're willing to compromise, the other person is more likely to do the same. The reason this works is that people often feel better about a negotiation process if they feel like they're getting a lot of concessions, even if they're not actually getting the best price. They might end up paying more or getting less than they could have, but they'll still feel good about the deal. The key thing to remember is that negotiating isn't just about the numbers. It's also about perceived value. By using these different techniques, you can make the other person feel like they're getting a great value, even if they're not actually getting the best price.